Okay, I will call to order the meeting of Monday, April 28th, 2025 to order. I ask that all have not signed in, please do so. Please turn off all cell phones and other electronic devices. Please conduct any private conversation in the hallway. This meeting room is equipped with the inductive loop hearing system. You will be able to hear conversations through the microphone on hearing aids with a T switch. Emergency exits can be found to your right and to your left. This meeting is also live streamed via YouTube with text commenting available. What I want to do, we are going to call for a moment, salute to the flag, but at the conclusion of that, I ask for a moment of silence. Unfortunately, earlier today, we received news that a longstanding member of our Zoning Board of Appeals, very young man, Matt Nearpass, lost his life. So at this time, if you'd please join us in a salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We'll start with some announcements. For the month of May, we have 7 employees celebrating birthdays this coming month, starting with Town Councilman Mike Guinan on the 2nd, Sandy Baxter on the 13th, Kevin Flagg on the 18th, Dylan Reed on the 21st, Dana Snyder on the 22nd, Kim Reese on the 27th, and Kathy Rayburn on the 29th. I want to again welcome our Deputy Town Clerk, Brittany Pender, sitting in for Town Clerk Karen Bodine. A couple of reminders, May the 8th will be the 19th Annual Business Awards Luncheon at Ravenwood Golf Club. And then a early reminder to everyone, Mother's Day, Sunday, May 12th, 11th. Thank you. Okay, at this time, approval for your consideration, approval of the meeting minutes from the April 14th Town Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a first, we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll abstain.
One
Brittany.
abstention, Councilman Condon. Thank you. Payment of bills, manifest number 8. We'll ask Ms. Brittany to introduce that when she is ready.
Manifest number 8 for 2025 in the amount of $293,219.86 has been reviewed by the Victor Town Board with the following accounts charged: General Townwide, General Outside Village, Highway Townwide, the lighting districts of Fishers, Brookwood Meadows, High Point, Cobblestone, Quail Ridge, Rolling Meadows, Stone Lee, and Legacy at Fairways, Trust and Agency.
Thank you. And this evening, a little different. I'm going to go through what we put up on the big screen, and before I call for a vote, going to have Casey Page come up and talk about 2 items on here for our consideration. So we'll start with payment number 1 to Barclay Damon, attorney fees for March. There are chargebacks included in this invoice. Next is payment to Bluestone Creek Development. April rent. Next is Excelis for the May retiree healthcare. Payment to Honeyway Falls Auto for a tire balancing and changer piece of equipment. Payment to INF Associates, EV charging stations. Payment to MVP for the April healthcare for our town employees. Payment to New York State Comptroller for March court fees. RG&E, town gas and electric for the month of April. Payment to Skyline Electric for the installation of the EV stations, and payment to Van Bortle Ford for a Ford F-150 EV. So Casey, if you would.
Good evening. So I was just going to
update everyone on some of our clean energy actions, one being the EV charging stations, and the purchase of an EV vehicle. So the status of our charging stations right now is we got the foundation, the wiring, and the cables to the base complete. Mark's staff is going to help with restoration, hopefully tomorrow if the weather cooperates. There's a pole that we're going to be installing in the parking area that will be for the electric, but it's also going to be for an additional security camera that we've been needing for the parking area. They're hoping to complete this week. We're waiting, or they're integrated, has the equipment for the Wi-Fi to communicate with the charging stations. Once the pole's installed, then we can get that hooked up. So when it's all said and done, we will have 3 charging stations, 2 spots for in the future, should we want to add a couple more charging stations. They did the infrastructure for that. The project cost was $52,530, but with the RG&E make-ready incentives, they paid directly to Jacome, the contractor, for installation of the charging stations, $37,800. And the town paid $9,030 for the charging stations and $5,700 for a portion of the installation to the vendor, for a total of $14,730. So it's a pretty good incentive for us to put in these charging stations. And then it came at a great time because the building department is going to try out an EV F-150. So they will be able to utilize the charging stations.
Thank you, Casey.
Casey, I just have one question. Sorry. How will people like who have an EV find out that we have charging stations here?
So once this is all done, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, we'll get trained, and then we're gonna put something up on the web, put all that information on in our newsletter. We really want to get it out there so everyone knows about it.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Board members, any questions on manifest number 8? Hearing
So
none?
moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have no request for privilege of the floor this evening. Public comment, opportunity for the members of the public care to address the town board on any issue.
Scott Riley, I live on High Street. I came to the board a year ago complaining about the lack of traffic controls on High Street. That situation continues to this day. The other day, I was turning left on Aldridge from High Street southbound, and an elderly woman, at least in her 80s, probably 90, was trying to cross the street, and 2 cars almost hit her. There are no crosswalks between Lane Road and Valentine Road. There are no sidewalks between Valentine Road and Lane Road. There are no traffic controls for that 2-mile stretch between Lane Road and Valentine Road. It is a superhighway. The flashing lights or flashing signs do nothing. People have gone by my house at 65 miles an hour. And to my knowledge, we are not collecting any data from these flashing speed signs, although I understand there is a capability to do so. If we did this, maybe it would be valuable data for this board and for the police to investigate traffic controls on High Street. So I'm asking the board, as I asked Mr. Maron over a year ago, to look into the warrants from the engineering group and come up with some solutions. Thank you.
Any other members of the public care to address the town board? Moving next to reports of town officials, starting with a report of Economic Development Director's report, IT report, and the highway report. We do see that there's been an increase in the construction and municipal fees from Casella, which will certainly potentially impact future usage at the transfer station. I do have a couple of items here. This past Saturday was a very wet and rainy day for the Arbor Day event. I do want to thank the Parks and Rec Department for being involved, and the village's DPW as well did a very good job planting trees. These, again, were trees donated from very generous Kitty Van Bordeaux. Unfortunately, the Little League opener, I think there was a parade, though it was a little wet there as well. I do want to thank all the town employees who participated in the Earth Day roadside cleanup on April the 22nd. The garbage bags from this roadside cleanup almost filled a 30-yard open top container. Casey, I want to thank you, and certainly Highway Superintendent Mark Ears, and for, again, all of our employees who participated. And the town's 2024 annual financial report was certified by the New York State Comptroller's Office on April the 24th. It is a 90-page report, very time-consuming, but in our finance director's words, I like working with numbers. So Victor Central School has requested for a mirror by the High Street Bridge by Aldridge Road. I know our highway superintendent has ordered one. It came in. He's just waiting for stakeouts to determine where we could place this mirror. With Aldridge Road has seen an uptick in vehicle traffic since the bridges on County Road 9 have been closed, and the one on Willowbrook as well, so many of which are students with minimal driving experience using this. So the head of security and the school superintendent notified us of their concerns and asked for some support on this. So going to put a mirror up there. In addition, Rochester, this coming Friday, unfortunately I can't make it, but Supervisor Inglesby, who knows Sue Stelling, will be there to recognize her, but she's receiving the Distinguished Volunteers Award. She's the Victor recipient, and again, it's this coming Friday. And at your table setting here, I left you in a Rochester Business Journal article that I believe we have followed to a T. And then the final thing, just verified at 3 o'clock this afternoon at a county meeting that on the Genesee Transportation public website, open for public comment, there is a proposed $5 million roundabout that'll be built. Engineering will take place in 2027. Construction to take place in 2029. They need to acquire land on the east side of County Road. This would be Gillis and County Road 9. So they need to acquire land on the east side on both the corners. There is a new development there, as we know, taking place, and I think one of the last one or two lots remaining are ones that will certainly be impacted by this. So that came from the Commissioner of Transportation, Commissioner of Public Works for Ontario County earlier here today. So that's all I have. Any questions, or board members, you have any liaison responsibility you'd like to share?
I'll start, I guess. I went to the parade and the opening for community baseball. There were probably 500 kids up there. I mean, Brian knows what our rec program does, but it was packed. Spike was there for the Red Wings, of course. I thought Henry did an outstanding job organizing it, the director of the community baseball and softball. And I also wanted to give a shout out. I know you ought to recognize Casey and the crew. I did have to field several calls that we were forcing senior citizens out there when they saw Rich out there collecting trash. And I assured them that it was a volunteer organization. And I saw a lot of smiles. I would have done it, but I was transporting some grandkids back and forth to school. But I appreciate the efforts, and it looks great. What you guys picked up was awesome.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay. Moving to the resolutions here this evening. Under the Economic Development Authorization to enter into the contract with ESP Consulting LLC.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Number 2, authorize the application to the United States House of Representatives Appropriation Committee through Congressman Joseph Morelli's office, a community project funding.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Number 3, acceptance of the resignation of Nicholas Bodine from the Highway Department.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we do want to thank Nick for his 14 years of, his now 11 years of service and commitment to the residents of the county, and certainly wish him the best. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Number 4, authorization to appoint George Correa to the full-time cleaner position.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And acknowledge the appointment of Dustin Green to the heavy equipment mechanic position for the Town of Victor Highway Department.
Second.
Okay, Dustin is here with us. All those in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations, Dustin. Number 6, appointment of Jack Harvey to part-time seasonal parks laborer.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, acceptance of the resignation of Fred Salzberg from the Town of Victor Zoning Board of Appeals.
So moved. With thanks.
Second.
Okay, we do want to again thank Fred Salzberg for his hard work, time, and dedication to our Victor residents. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 8, the appointment of Patrick Coates and Adam Hanel, hopefully I pronounce it probably, as alternates to the Zoning Board of Appeals, which could certainly change by the next meeting as well.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next, the appointment of Matthew Oates to the Zoning Board of Appeals.
So moved.
Second.
And Matthew is with us. All those in favor?
Aye.
Matthew, thank you. Number 10, acceptance of the offer by the town of East Bloomfield. This would be for the purchase of the now decommissioned Freightliner tractor and the lowboy.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 11, again, this is back to Casey's comments and earlier mentioned, 2025 EV Ford F-150 pickup.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oh, I have a question about this one. Are we trading it, or not trading it, are we gonna be selling or planning on selling something?
Yes, the 2018 Ford Fusion car that's out there.
Okay. Do we have a timeline as to when?
As soon as the F-150 is up and ready to go, we have to have the safety lighting and the stickers and everything put on it, get it insured and all that stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
We voted on this one.
Yes.
Number 12, agreement with Jeffrey Smith, not the Jeff Smith we know from a builder, but
So moved.
Second.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
And number 13, the rectangular rapid flashing beacons and pedestrian for the bicycle signage for Auburn Trail Park.
Moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 14, the agreement with Vera Forster for management and direction of the Victor Community Chorus.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 15 is a request for certificate of liability insurance waivers for Vera Forrester.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 16, accepting the letter of credit for Stonebrook subdivision. Again, within here, it identifies the surety, the total amount there, as well as construction and administration inspection fees as well.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 17, authorization to sign agreement with Civic Plus for agenda meeting management software.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Number 17 is passed. Public comments. We'll start with, see if there's anyone on YouTube. There is no one. Any other members of the public that care to address the town board? Okay. Board members, I need a motion to go in executive session for personnel matters under rule number 2. Need the town board members and Frank Pavia. And there'll be a simple adjournment of the meeting after that.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Was that roundabout? Yeah. Finally. I move out of that neighborhood and I finally put something.
Well, it might